to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As usual, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs this video up. You want to be a part of the Fawn Squad. We have so much fun on this channel. I try to post 7 days a week, sometimes multiple times a day, and we all become fast friends. It is an amazing group of women, and I mean it. You truly want to be a part of this community. It is so amazing that on YouTube we can find best friends. It's just so incredible, and I love this community so much, and I would love to have you be a part of it. Now, this video shout out goes to Kim Watson. Kim Watson, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and becoming a part of the Fawn family, Fawn Squad, Fawn community. It is so awesome to have you be a part of it, and it means so much to me that you take the time out of your day to watch my videos, give them a thumbs up, and you know what? Even if you don't comment, just giving those emojis, they really help boost the content and get the videos to be on the side for recommended videos for other people, so that way my videos start popping up to other viewers who may not have come across my channel. So even if you don't have time to comment, just leaving emojis is something that is even really helpful for me too. So thank you so much for even just taking the time to leave emojis, just as like a little recognition that you watched the video, that you were here, and it does help boost the video, believe it or not. So thank you very much for that, and kisses to you. Now I'm so excited because this video is on the new, as I don't have the packaging on, oh, it's not like this one's like crazy packaging anyway, the new Viseart Theory Absinthe palette, and it is so good. No guys, like so good. This eye is a disaster. It has been running and running and running, so just don't mind how like this one is perfectly smoked. This is like not. So anybody newly tuning in, I know this is like a disaster, okay? I know, because I don't need to hear it. I know. I have like a blocked tear duct or something, and this just pours. So let's look past that and get on with the goods. This palette has 6 shades. I mean, obviously, but it is so fantastic. Now I do have quite a few Theory palettes, and I'm going to get through tutorials on all of them. I have like every single normal Viseart palette, the Grande Pro, I've already done tutorial. I mean, I've started making my way through all of my Viseart palettes because I am such a collector, but this Absinthe palette, I was not expecting to fall in love with these 2 shades as much as I did. Wait until you see my swatches. And unfortunately, these 2 shades are not going to translate on camera the way they do in person. They have the most elegant and classy fine sparkle in there. It's not an overpowering sparkle, and all you can kind of see is that there's like this beautiful metallic that I have as my halo, which is the gold shade, and then that green shade is on the inner and outer corner, and of course I used all 3 mattes as well. So I used every shade except that one, and I was torn between going for one of those 2, and I did go for the gold. But these 2 shades are breathtaking. Like, they are seriously divine. When I swatched it, I was like it took my breath away. And then when I was applying it on, like looking in the mirror, I could not believe the microfine sparkle. It seriously is so elegant, and anybody can wear it. Like, anybody can wear glitter at any age. Anybody can wear sparkle. I'm dead serious. It's not me just saying anybody can wear glitter and have fun with makeup. Makeup is, you know, to have fun and personalize it. That is the case as well, but truly anybody of any age can always wear some sparkle, and it will bring out like radiance in your eyes. It can brighten your eyes. It can make your eyes pop. So I am saying that legitimately. But then these shades are done in such an elegant way that I am not kidding. Just for these 2 shades, I think it would be worthwhile to buy the palette alone for those 2 shades. But all 6 shades are incredible, which makes this palette wholeheartedly worthwhile. The pigmentation in these 3 mattes, it is ridiculous. Like, I set my eyelid with this shade and I was like, white. And then I went in with the lightest hand with the brown because it is like chocolate brown. So I'm talking like taking my brush, going in, tapping and tapping and tapping, and then the contact I made was like I was barely touching my skin and lightly buffing, and there was so much pigment and I would barely make contact, and I was doing it that way the whole time. I was holding my brush at the very end because that's how you can have like the least amount of pressure, and then I would just barely touch the skin. Like, I mean, I have never gone in so light-handed before where I barely could feel the bristles on my skin. And when you get to that black green, you can make it green. Okay, don't worry, you can make it green, and I made it green. But then you can make it like this blackened green. So I took a very fluffy brush and I went in and then dabbed it off, and then again I like danced with like just letting the outermost bristles touch my skin, and there was so much pigment, but everything blended so smoothly. Nothing was patchy. It was just like this beautiful blend. It was so buildable. You just start on the outer corner, so if you do have a little bit too much shadow, the darkest point is on the outer corner, and just go in light-handed, a little bit of product, build it up. Don't go in heavy-handed and you'll be totally fine. But the pigment is there, so just be mindful of that with these shades. They are so pigmented. And then the 3 shimmer metallics are just so beautiful. Now, I used my Milani spray to intensify them, but at first I put it right onto a concealer. I did a cut crease to clean up my lid first, so you guys can see what it looks like just putting the shades on top of a concealer, and then you can see what it looks like by intensifying it with a spray. And there is a difference. When you intensify these shades, they do pop more, and I think if you lay down a glitter glue, they will pop even more. So when I did give you guys a peek into the other Theory palette because Siren came in today, and I'm gonna do Siren tomorrow. So I think when I do Siren tomorrow, I'm gonna lay down glitter glue to test it out that way, because today I did it just with concealer and then, you know, my setting spray, and it made a big difference, and I want to see how intense we can get Siren to be. I know it's a different color scheme, sorry, my allergies, but I really do want to see what we can achieve with glitter glue, because I think that this will just take it to an extra level of intensity. Like, I mean, this is already, and I think we can make it like with glitter glue. So that's the plan for tomorrow, is to use Absinthe, or not Absinthe, Siren with glitter glue. But I cannot recommend this enough. I mean, it's pocket sized. I created this look completely with the, like the shadow look completely with this. Obviously the glitter and the liner is not the palette, but I mean, I didn't dabble into any other shadows other than this little guy. So you could take just this for shadows and create looks and be golden, which is amazing. This is part of their collection where you can pop out the palette, oh my god, palette. It's midnight, like after midnight, you guys. You can pop out the pans and put them into your own Z palette. And all the Theory palettes come like that. Like, ew. And I do want to, here, let me show you. Even like, what's this one? This is Minx. I haven't even swatched Minx. Like, you guys are, it's actually a good thing that you guys want me to do it because I'm collecting Amethyst. Haven't touched it yet. And they all come like that. So I can pop out all of these, and that's what I'm going to do, but keep them together so I can label in a Word document, you know, the order in which and what they're called so I can keep you guys in the loop. So I do have Amethyst, Minx, Siren, Absinthe, Nuance. Oh, she looks so pretty. Oh, this is the highlighter, blush, and bronzer. Still haven't touched that. This one even pops out too. And there are still more down there. I have the Petite Pro, the first one that I haven't used yet. And then I legit have every single one of these babies that they sell. So I will work my way through them because I know you guys want to see tutorials on all of them. So I will get there, I promise. It's a big work in process. And I think that I'm missing a few Theory palettes that I still need to pick up as well. But this one is so good. Even the size of the mirror lets you see about this much of your like face. So, I mean, you technically could use this just to do your eyes. I would get frustrated using such a small mirror, but it's workable if you're in a pinch. And these are huge pans too. Like, it's their typical pan sizes. It's gonna take a while to hit pan. So, they are a cruelty-free company. This is compact. You can throw it in your purse. I mean, there's nothing bad about this. Absolutely nothing bad. To the touch, if I'm getting really nitpicky, this shade has a little bit of dryness to it, and I'm talking a little bit. The other 5 shades are like creamy, and then this one is just not quite so creamy, but the pigmentation is there. Like, it is just wait for the swatches and wait until I go to use this shade. You're gonna quickly realize the fact that there's like a hint of dryness in this shade does not matter whatsoever, I promise you. So if you guys want to see swatches of this baby, see everything in action, see how to get this eye look, and then just keep on watching. Alright, the new Theory palettes by Viseart arrived today, and I'm so excited. So of course I picked up both Absinthe and Siren. So let's get into Absinthe first. I'm dying to see these green tones, like you have no idea. So it has that same similar packaging as the Petite palettes and the Grande Pro palette. I love this packaging. It's just so sleek and sexy and boom. And these ones are very easy to pop out and put into your own palette, which I am going to be doing because I have so many of these little guys. I do want to just put them into one palette. I just have to organize it so I can be telling you guys when I do a tutorial. This is from the Absinthe palette. This is from the Siren palette. So it is going to take a lot of organizing, but I'm going to get there. I just want to kind of create looks with each palette before I depot all of these guys. But this is beautiful. So you do get a nice size mirror. Again, you can see a really good chunk. Like, I'm seeing like that much of my face in this mirror. It's awesome. So you do get a good size, and these are they look like stereotypical pan sizes from Viseart. Oh, I'm excited to do a green eye. It has been a minute and these look divine. Divine. And of course, I'm going to give a little sneak peek to Siren, and I'm going to plan on using Siren tomorrow, but we got to take a peek. I can't handle it sitting here, so I'm going to show. Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh my God. This is what like warm tone coppery dreams are made of. This is so absolutely stunning. I'll give you a nice from back here too. This is delicious. This is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So I will be working with this one tomorrow, but the greens are calling my name today. So we're gonna go with the, let me put this one back in her home. Put this off to the side for tomorrow. And okay, let me see. Obviously there are 6 shades, 3 mattes, 3 metallic shimmer shades. Viseart is a cruelty-free brand. And it just says 6 shade professional eyeshadow palette. Net weight of 12 grams or 0.42 ounces. You guys can do the math if you would like to divide that up by 6. And aside from that, that is it. So I'm gonna get to swatching and I will be right back. Holy cow, these are so pigmented, and this like deep forest green is almost black. I'm gonna have to go in with the lightest hand because of the pigmentation. It is unreal. They are all extremely creamy, buttery, soft, delicious. This shade is a little bit on the dry side. Oh my gosh, we're having another Tanya Can't Talk day. And that's always the theme on this channel. I swear, I'm always sober. Always. I just don't sleep, so that's probably part of it. This one was like just slightly dry, not at all. When I tell you guys like there are like sandpaper dry shades, not at all. I'm just letting you guys know this one has like a hint of dryness, but it's because it's such a deep green, and in order to achieve that with the intense pigmentation that you're about to see in my swatch, she nailed it. Like there's no way to be able to get that kind of a color without having some form of dryness and being cruelty free and everything else. So this little palette is definitely a win so far. Like, look how beautiful this is for 6 shadows. I mean, it is stunning. All 3 of these metallics are so beautiful. These 2 have a little bit of sparkle in them. Like, I'm definitely thinking halo. This one obviously being the inner and outer corner. One of these 2 being the halo, because they are just magnificent eyeshadows. Like honestly magnificent. The sparkle in it, I wish you guys could see this up close and personal and experience what this looks like. They are fantastic. And these matte shades, do you see the pigmentation and how smooth those are? They're unbelievable. And that's that like dark forest green. I can't talk. Shade that I was talking about that's like nearly black. So I have no idea. I'm going to go prep and prime my eyes, and when I have an idea, it always changes anyway. So I'm gonna go play and I will be right back. Alright, so I took this shade and I set down my Viseart eye primer with it, so that's why this is so like boom white. Like this is pigmented. So I'm gonna take my Carity E31 and go into the chocolate and a very light hand and just slowly start building this. Like, I mean, I barely touched that and I tapped it off, and you have no idea. I'm holding the brush at the end and I'm barely touching my skin. This palette is so pigmented. If you guys only knew how little there is for product on this brush right now, and that I'm barely making contact with the bristles. Now I still want to take a fluffy brush, so it's not really scaling it down, but I don't want to go in with a really densely packed brush for the green shade yet. And then I do want to do a densely packed brush just for the crease for the green, because I do want a light flush of color for the green. I just don't want black. So let's see if we can make that work. This is just a Tarte brush. Again, I'm barely making contact with my skin. Like, I mean, the bristles are barely touching. That is exactly what I was hoping for. Beautiful. Buildable, super smooth. That chocolate shade was too. It's not patchy at all. Perfection. Now taking my Marc Jacobs The Crease brush, I'm going to stick with the green, but now really deepen up the crease. That green gets very dark if you wanted to. Alright, I'm going to clean up my lid. So taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, I'm going to put a pump on the back of my hand. And then taking my Sigma Cut Crease E62 brush, I'm going to dip the concealer on both sides of the brush, and then working my way from the base upward. Alright, so I did order this Esom W21 brush. It's similar to the MAC 242, but a little bit smaller and more precise. So I do want to see how the Esom compares. So I'm going to go in, which one do I want to use? Probably the more gold tone, and pack that on as the halo. So this one, this Esom W21 will not be in my brush video because this shade is just beautiful because I just got this one in. I have such an Esom collection now, it is crazy. And then now I'm going to go into the green on the other side of my brush. Okay, and this time I'm putting the Milani spray in my lap so I don't forget to intensify the shadows even more after I go do the other side so I keep my brush dry. But that brush was awesome. Not gonna lie, I do actually like it more than the MAC. It's just more precise, it's tiny, it's just, oh my god, that gold shade. It is so beautiful with the sparkle. Alright, I'm gonna go do the other eye and I will be right back. Alright, so I intensified this eye with my Milani spray and you can see the difference for sure in the vibrancy and the impact. And I mean, this one without setting spray definitely brings it, but you can see how that is just like amplified. So I did want to do that one off camera so you could see the difference in the two. Not that you wouldn't had I done this eye on camera. And then this one, but you know what I mean. So now I'm going to go into our amazing gold shade. I was like really here for all the greens and I am blown away by the golds and that other light shimmery shade. Like those two have stolen my heart. I'm not exaggerating. Those two shades, to me, make this palette so worth it. I'm obsessed. I could have this over my whole lid and be so happy right now. Because the sparkle in it is so different. And it's not like this metallic like it is, but you guys aren't going to be able to appreciate the sparkle that it brings until you have it like in person. Because it just isn't the same on camera. On camera, you're only going to be able to appreciate the metallic and not so much the microfine glitter in there, and it's just so beautiful. I actually think putting glitter glue down as a base and intensifying it with the setting spray would be amazing. I'll try that with the other palette tomorrow. And now you guys know what time it is. So taking the Too Faced Glitter Pop Peel Off Liner, and lucky bitch, I'm going to throw some of this in the crease. And I really have been loving doing the double wing liner with glitter. So I will likely add the double wing after I do the wing liner again too. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go finish up this eye, go do my face, all that shebang, and then I will be back to do the lower lash line. Alright, I finished up my face, and as usual, everything I used will be listed down below, but I did try out a couple of new things, so I do want to mention them. I finally put to the test the Huda Beauty 3D Highlighter Palette in Bronze Sands Edition. I've been sitting on this since the day it launched, like months ago, and it is definitely too dark for me when I'm not self-tanned, but I wanted to still put it to the test, and the highlight is banging. You get a cream base, and then the rest are like very creamy but powdery. Creamy but powder like formulation, but I mean creamy, but they're still powders. And then you get that highlight, you get a bronze, which is supposed to be a sculpting. So I have like a glowy sculpt, a glowy contour happening right now, and then you get a blush as well. I'm sorry, it's really late, I'm getting tired. So everything is like so glowy right now from this baby, but I think this is very much geared towards medium, deep, dark skin tones. I was just really intrigued by this one because of all the golden and the rose and like it's so beautiful. And I do have two of her other kits. The only kit I don't have is the one that was like really unicorn with like the purples, because I just thought I would do a video on it and probably never used it again. I have so many purple highlights, but aside from that, I now have 3 of them, and I am going to keep this because I do try to self-tan in the summer, and I think this will be so beautiful when I am a little bit tan. So I did try this out today, and then, oh my god, I found my match made in heaven. You cannot tell right now because I kind of like really just want to take off the Huda Beauty because it just is not matching my complexion at all. But I did, I'm wearing my Huda Beauty, but first I put to the test the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow Foundation. This is the most dewy, glowy, amazing foundation I have ever tried in my life. It's not full coverage though. It is very light coverage, but it is glowy and dewy and fan-freaking-tastic. I am in love. So I put this all over my face, and then there was next to no coverage. So it does say that this is most likely best used as a topper over your foundation if you want coverage. So then I put my Huda Beauty over top of this. So I used it as a base because I did want to see what it looked like on its own, and it looked so beautiful as a base. It made the Huda Beauty so dewy and glowy. It made it what I try to achieve by adding in my Cover FX custom enhancing drops, every kind of liquid highlight, any kind of beauty oil. I try to make this as dewy of a foundation as possible because it is one of my ride or die foundations, and having these two together is the dream team of foundations. It is pure perfection. It is everything that you want if you want a dewy skin. Just don't let how deep and dark my skin is right now take away from that. I did put this to the test in a video, same with the Huda Beauty, so you will see this in action, and it is so beautiful. This is my new favorite combination, hands down. I'm still going to be putting other foundations to the test for you. I do have a bunch. I had a request to put a Smashbox stick foundation to the test, so I ordered that up. So I will be still putting more to the test, but as it stands, that will be my duo whenever I have anything to do outside of filming. And the lip combo, before I forget, I'm just leaving it super nude because my eye really already, there's so much going on, is the Dose of Colors lip gloss in On Repeat. So I'm gonna grab my mirror and we can get going on finishing up this lower lash line. Alright, taking my Wine Glass number 20 brush, I am going to start with this shade just to get a nice base down and smoke that beneath the lower lash line. Now sticking with the same brush, I'm going to dip into the green and coat it well, but then it's always good to like really pack off the excess on the outer corners, even if you've patted your brush off like I just did, because there is so much pigment, and then easier to blend inward from there. The brush is wet from tapping that corner because that eye is running. Awesome. Now taking my MAC 212, I'm going to dip into the chocolate and get that nice and tight to the lower lash line. Now taking my Lexi 111, I'm going to go back into the green and just blend everything together. Now taking the glitter, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you're able to pick up this palette because it really truly is so beautiful. For 6 eyeshadows, they did an amazing job. I absolutely love it. I cannot recommend this one enough. I mean, you have to like green eyeshadow because, I mean, there's 2 out of 6 shades that are green. So you do have to enjoy greens. Well, you don't really have to enjoy greens because like I said, 2 of the shades, to me, those 2 are not green, and I would buy this palette just for those 2 shades, but that's me seeing it in person, and you guys are not going to be able to appreciate the beauty of those 2 shades without seeing it in person. So if you take my word for it, which I wouldn't want you guys to spend that kind of money on 2 shadows without being able to either have the option of returning it or just being able to get into a store if Sephora ends up carrying this one and you can go swatch it for yourself. But because at the end of the day, makeup is so personal, and I'm just so in love with those 2 shadows that for me it makes it worthwhile. But I love green eyeshadow. Shabby Bex is gonna love this palette so much too. So anyway, that does it for this video. Please thumbs it up if you liked it. Please share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.